This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Netflix. Coming up, HBO wants us to press our luck with a new TV series about horse racing. It's called Luck.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Totally Rad Show. We've got a great week for you today. We're talking about the new HBO series from David Milch, Luck.
Tomorrow, we're checking out some iOS games for your iOS device.
Open your iOSs to some new games. All right.
It's kind of like ROUSs.
Really? You
know
wanted
what
to
that
push
is?
past that joke that I made that was horrible?
He's gonna linger in it. He's gonna linger in it.
Rodents of unusual size.
Yeah.
And on Wednesday, perhaps that would be on your radar.
Might be.
Because we're doing On Your Radar, where we talk about whatever is on our radars.
Yes, whatever,
Yeah.
anything we would like.
Personal pick.
Personal picks,
picks.
PPs. Thursday, 2 films enter, 1 film leaves. We are playing Versus again, cleaning up our list of top movies.
And then Friday, it's MOL.
Yes!
Man on Ledge. We're doing the new movie about a man.
Ledge.
About a ledge. About a sill.
It's basically Legend 2, but mainly just about the ledge.
This isn't informative for anyone.
Yeah. So, amazing background. We've all been playing Star Wars Old Republic, and we did want to mention, we totally forgot in our review to talk about the fact that we have a Totally Rad Show guild.
Of which you can be a member.
So if you're on Wound in the Force, which is the server, the Totally Rad Guild, I think Mako, M-A-K-K-O, is a guild leader right now. But if you see anybody with the guild tag, just go ahead and pop them. And this was sent in by Ryodel. That's not at all.
Rodel
Paulo Inake. We believe that's how they pronounce
You're probably wrong. But
name.
really freaking awesome background.
Dude, amazing. This is totally my desktop background.
Hey,
right
if you
now.
want to have your background on our show, send it in to fans at TotallyRadShow.com.
Perfect. Let's do stuff. Today we are back in TV. We're talking about some of the great fall, or not fall, the
Mid-season replacements.
Mid-season replacements. The winter has come. So today we're going to be talking about the new HBO series Luck. It's from David Milch, who brought us Deadwood, as well as John from Cincinnati, and a couple other HBO shows. And it's directed by Michael Mann. So let's just get right into it. Daniel Trachtenberg, Luck, about a horse racing establishment. I think it's supposed to be based in Santa Ana.
I think it is
Santa Ana.
because
It's on the ticket, yeah. It says Santa Ana.
Yeah.
I think next when this is coming up soon, they said we're gonna start up something not Santa Ana, like to compete with Santa Ana.
Feels like it might be shot at Del Mar.
Stars Dustin Hoffman.
Yep. And a ton of other people. Anna
Farina.
from Downton Abbey, you may have seen.
Anna from
Yeah.
Downton Abbey.
The jockey
Interesting.
girl, the girl who works out the horse, the Irish girl.
Yeah.
That's Anna from Downton Abbey.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
you
Or at
sure?
least I'm almost 100% sure. As soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, that's Anna from Downton Abbey. Oh, I'm sorry. She was really familiar to you, but that you don't think she was that girl?
I don't think so.
I just went, wow, she's really familiar. Like I've seen her in something
No,
else
but
that
I
I've
don't
been
think it
watching
was Anna from
religiously.
Downton Abbey.
We'll look it up.
Anyway,
Mike's looking it up.
I did not like Luck. I
Was
don't
not
have,
lucky. Was not a lady to you.
I don't have explicit reasons. I watched the show and I heard like I saw the emotion of what was happening. I found it impossible to follow. I was actually thinking about Downton Abbey, a show that is about completely a strange situation, and it should be hearing wah 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 wah, but I fully invested in a very human way in that show. This show should be down and dirty and about people, but to me, it's about as foreign as 1920s British society.
Interesting.
Harf, harf, harf.
I don't.
Not in it, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think
Really?
that was her.
Who was the chick? Who was the chick who played the jockey in in Luck?
Meanwhile, while computer is looking that up.
Yeah. Computer.
That's your full thoughts?
I think so.
What did you think about how it was shot? I mean,
Yeah.
Michael Mann.
I didn't think it was that great looking. I didn't think it was. It didn't feel like I was watching a movie. Big fan of Michael Mann.
Main fan.
What?
You're a main fan.
I'm a Mann fan. Well, so
Okay.
yeah, just not.
Boy, I couldn't
my
disagree
cup
with
of
you
tea.
more.
Really? Okay.
I loved it. I loved it, and I thought it was gorgeous, and I specifically was blown away by the horse racing photography and how I'm in that race with those people, and I never felt like these were stunt people on the backs of these horses. I felt like I was with the characters that I've been introduced to, that are the jockey characters. And I found it fascinating. It didn't feel like any other show on television to me. It was paced in a very deliberate manner, especially at the beginning where you're introduced to just a host of new characters all at once, and you don't really know. It almost takes place in real time at the beginning, where like this guy, Dustin Hoffman and Dennis Farina are in this car driving to the racetrack, and then we go to the racetrack and we see what's happening all over the racetrack. It's almost, to bring up Downton Abbey again, it's almost upstairs, downstairs for a racetrack. It's like the people betting, it's the people in the stables, it's the jockeys getting ready, it's the guys behind the scenes. It's like every facet of the racetrack.
Sounds like a cool.
that sounds like a cool
sounds
show.
really cool.
That's what the show was for me. That's what I found so interesting
watch horse
about
racing?
it. Do I love horse racing?
Do you watch, or do you like know it?
No.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I like about it. I mean, it's a very Milchian thing, if I can coin that term, to have all this language that is very deeply rooted in the truth of how these guys actually talk, and it's very Memetian also. It's like David Mamet does that, where it doesn't really matter what they're saying,
right?
But because we get the feeling that they know what they're saying, and all the details of how, I found it fascinating, all the details of how these guys are betting on stuff. The thing that would blew me away is here we are in the very first episode, and it has like almost every trope of the horse racing movie happens in the first episode. Everything, like, it's crazy. It all comes to a conclusion almost. I was like, where's this show gonna go now? And the relationship that I found to be the most fascinating, the most interesting, and the most potential, clearly what the show's gonna revolve around, is the Dennis Farina, Dustin Hoffman relationship. And it's such an interesting, like, older guys, but they've got this ingrained sort of hierarchy between the two of them. And it feels different than anything else that lives on television right now. And I'm really excited about it. I'm fascinated by this world. I'm fascinated by the people. I love the four betting guys, like how sort of, they're all degenerates, and like you don't really see that seedy world in that kind of way. I mean, you see other seedy worlds, but these guys are like legitimately sort of misfits, and it's, I really liked it.
So this show, I knew going in this was not the show for Alex for a couple different reasons. One, I have not been a fan of Michael Mann's shooting styles, the sort of ultra video vibes that he's been doing in his movies lately. So I sort of expected to not like the visuals and was not disappointed with my lack of enjoyment of them. I actually totally disagree with the horse race stuff. I mean, it was as fake can be to me. And there was a lot of, I really felt the filmmaking. I really felt the close-up shots and the rack focuses, and everything felt really confined, and it didn't feel like I was experiencing these people. I was seeing what this filmmaker just sort of wanted to show me visually, which is fine, just not for me. And also, I'm not a huge fan of David Milch's stuff. Later in his career, I was a huge fan of Deadwood, but I've gone on record of saying that once he started kind of getting in love with his own speak, that I didn't enjoy Deadwood because it was more about how to say something in a way that was obfuscating, like that there was no real reason to write the people saying things in a way that was so convoluted, when really it would be a much better character piece for me if they would just say what they're saying. And this again is the exact same thing. Yeah.
I didn't think that this was so obtuse. It was just it was
less obtuse, but as somebody who does go to the horse races almost every year, it's not just horse race lingo that was happening that was making it sort of confusing. It was just confusing to be confusing. It wasn't as much as like a John from Cincinnati was, where really it's almost like he trying to just be poetic, which I kind of, there's an admiration for me to say, I'm not going to write this the way people would usually speak. I'm going to sort of flourish it, and that might actually be why you enjoy it, because you're such a lover of language and linguistics and that kind of
But I didn't like John
stuff.
from Cincinnati.
And this is definitely less than John from Cincinnati, but still there to a point where I just sort of went, I just don't really care for anybody. I don't understand what the whole point of this is. And you know, the other thing is and I said this when we were talking about The Departed, which is, or not The Departed, The Descendants.
Very different.
Yeah, slightly different movies. Which is, you know, I appreciate the fact that you know, either Michael Mann or David Milch or both, whoever, decided to use a real jockeys and real stable people in certain key situations. But for me, it's those things just stand out so much like a sore thumb. You don't gain enough by having a real jockey play a jockey that's not even on a horse, just literally play a guy who was a jockey. You don't gain enough, in my opinion, for that to then be something that stands out so much as far as all of the other actors go. And, you know, I mean, I don't want to knock that choice, because I get it. It's like, we're going to use a real jockey. We're going to use a real stable guy. These guys know it. They get it. But at the end of the day, if they can't convey that information honestly, it doesn't matter how much ingrained into that system they are. You're not getting any benefit from it, because they're just standing out amongst this crowd of really amazing actors. I mean, the one thing I will say is I thought all of the actors across the board were pretty amazing. So there's definitely something here to it, but and maybe it's something that if we see the next episode, it might kind of get what the show is, but really wasn't a big thing for me. So sort of a mixed. That's what happens when you try your luck. Oh God. All right, everybody, be sure to stick around. We're going to be answering one of your Twitter questions right after this, but first we want to thank our sponsors, Dan Trachtenberg.
That's right, Netflix, y'all. Netflix streams TV shows and movies directly to your home, saving you time, money, and hassle.
Yeah, I hate hassle. I hate
Boy,
spending
remember
hassle.
the
I
days
hate
of
money.
hassle?
Wait,
Remember
what?
the pre-Netflix days when we had hassle in our lives?
God.
We had to
I don't
be
even
kind to
remember hassle
rewind.
at this point.
Yeah, I know. As a Netflix Unlimited member, you can instantly watch TV episodes and movies streaming directly to your PC, your Mac. No arguments there, no debates. Either.
You know,
Democratic.
I have both.
Netflix has old episodes of Knight Rider, so it removes hassle but gives you Hasselhoff.
Ah!
That's what it
They have
does.
Also, I think
old
the first
episodes?
season of Castle.
They have old episodes, and they have the new episodes of Knight Rider.
Oh God.
I bet they have all of the above, I
Yeah,
would guess. Netflix has it all!
So anyway, you can watch all this stuff on your TV using your Xbox, your PS3, your Wii, whatever, or you can watch it on the go with your iPad, your iPhones, your Androids, whatevers. And you can cancel that program anytime.
Amazing.
No due dates, no late fees, any of that stuff. So for a limited time, so go ahead and do it now. Get a free 30-day trial membership. Go to netflix.com/TRS and sign up now.
Perfect. All right, people. Also, be sure to check out jinx.com/TRS for some of the new TRS swag.
We got good swag, yo.
We got good swag, yo. We will see you tomorrow.
Join us tomorrow for a look at some recent iOS games.
Today's Twitter question comes to us from @NicoCuevas. If the Earth was to succumb to a zombie apocalypse, which everyday item would be your weapon of choice and why? Everyday item, people.
Now that's the key phrase.
It is.
Because we're
we don't live in Texas.
For the purposes of this, we're not considering shotgun, gun, any gun. Any gun is not a weapon, everyday item.
Yeah, or sword. I mean,
Or
there's a lot of non.
Right.
So what do you
What
guys
about
got?
cutlery? Are we going?
We can do cutlery.
Yeah, I would say Swiss Army knife.
I'm going.
Really? That's the smallest knife blade you could possibly get.
He's like
Yeah.
corkscrew.
What?
Corkscrew.
Yeah. Or maybe I can make things with it. I can.
How did you make
I
that
can
shotgun?
change spears.
Swiss Army
and,
knife.
and spear guns.
He's like toothpick
spear
attachment.
gun?
dude.
Wait, you can
And a
shit-
bow and
You
arrow
can use a Swiss Army knife
with
to
a Swiss
make
Army
a
knife.
spear gun.
Of course.
Amazing.
Wow.
course.
That's why the
Whittling-
Swiss Army
What
always
about
wins.
you?
Yeah.
I was gonna go with baseball bat.
Yeah, all right.
Baseball bat's
Guess
good
what I
for
can
bashing.
guess what I can do?
Fashion.
Make a baseball bat.
Whittle one?
Yeah.
You're like, just give me 24 hours. Jesus, my elbow. I don't know, man. I think baseball bat's good, but there's something intriguing about being the MacGyver of the group.
That's right.
Like,
Alex is like,
somebody needs that can
Chewing
open.
gum. Don't ask.
You'll see. Thank you very much at Nico Cuevas.